rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Explicit, boy.
All right, then we are back with more talk time right here on the Clean Fresh Sound on Activated Mornings with Roleza and Dianna and Kingsley DeFreitas because he is on the line to bring us his commentary. Kingsley, good morning, and over to you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. I'm okay, and I'm having a wonderful morning so far listening because I listened to Pigeon's commentary yesterday, and I was not in a position to call because I was in the court, but I enjoyed the commentary. And the reason why I said so, sometime last week I spoke on this radio and I mentioned the shortcomings of the NDP candidate for East George, Miss Deluxe, right? And I made a commentary on it, and I did something on it Tuesday night on the East and the feedback program. And I happened to pass on Calico, and I saw Miss Deluxe, and I say hello. And the response I got is, who is you? I don't want you to say hello to me because you don't like me politically, and that is far from my intention. And let me tell you something, right? You may not like Canada Gonzalez because you have some political complaints about him. Oh, he's on the phone. He don't call back. He just give you a number to call. But the man is technically savvy to be a politician. You look at his presentation in the budget. You listen to him here, there, and everywhere. He has a skill. He's like his father in that aspect. And there's no doubt in my mind that the people in that constituency is going to vote back Canada into office. What I want to lose, I have to be telling the truth because I spend time in that constituency. That is why I'm living. I don't vote there, but I'm living there. And it's really amazing that you will criticize somebody and hope that they will take your criticism, run with it, and deal with it for what it's worth. I understand that there is a poll out, and the poll is saying exactly similar things to what I say about Ms. Phillips and her candidacy. But hey, if you come from Mr. Big and you have a big name behind your name, you can't speak in sentence and again. You have to put yourself in a corner and hope you could raise your head and say something and then live in the climate of fear. And it comes from both parties because I get beat up from the ULP. I can remember the Honorable Prime Minister and I say this out of respect for him. He had a discussion on NBC Radio about Jude Thomas. He has a choice of word that he used. He said it's not a failure, it is a setback. I thought it was a failure. The Prime Minister telling me I must not come and support his party because he don't want me to vote for the party because I would blight the party. Anyway, you go in service and again, the people who support the ULP blindly, they will meet you and they will say, you hear the Prime Minister say, but you stay where there, he don't want you. But hello, I born here and I have to live here and I have to make my contribution. So whether people think I shouldn't speak about the ULP, that is my right to speak about the ULP. So when I was speaking yesterday, and while I not going to light any fire on the issue where I saw an article written on a news site about Travis Harris, because I think that Travis was talking like a nonsense, right? Sometimes I wonder if he lives next to the Center Water and Sewage Authority, emphasize sewage. And, you know, it's amazing that you will spend time in the ground. You will go here, there, and everywhere, and you will make a commentary and persons from both political parties will beat upon you because they don't think that you want to while being on WEFM. And that is why I really applaud the management of WEFM, you know, especially Jules Williams. Because, you know, I don't know if you know, But I could find out. It have a group of people, they call them Jews, I told you so. They waited on me, they waited on you to make a mistake. And they will say, call and say, Jews, I did tell you so, That guy is a loose cannon. And those two young ladies on the radio, they immature. And they will do everything to get at you. Always remind yourself, young ladies, that you got a group of people they call Jews, I told you so. They're paying attention for you to make a mistake. Don't laugh, I'm serious,
No, I was kicking out of chuckle. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I listen to you guys every morning. I enjoy the laughter because it brings some humor. But hey, make a mistake, you will see. And one of these days, they're going to say that big boy, they've been saying so. They're going to remind me how they say so. But I'm just saying this morning, while they're maturing, remind yourself that group of people is watching. But hey, what happened? Jews pay them attention. But if I tell you from my experience, you don't bother them, Because you know why? You want to prove them wrong that I am going to be right. And I want to prove them wrong that I am going to be really careful. Never say I would not make a mistake, But I am going to be really careful. And I can, like I say, once I'm on WEFM, I remember Glenn Jackson. The way this used to tell me, he said, Kingsley, if you have something to say, I don't prove, you can't prove it, ask a question. And there are a lot of people saying this, and he never let me try to ask any question. I always have the answer. But just to be careful. And that's my rant for this morning. Have a wonderful day, you going here?
All right. Have a good one, Kingsley. Thanks.
Okay, then. So that was Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas giving us his morning commentary. And I'm going to turn over to Roleza. Roleza.
How is me? Anyway. So good morning to the Jews. I told you so, posse. Good morning. Special shout out to those folks, all right? I don't know who you are. But you will get a shout out every morning. If it's one thing I will do is laugh at the situation, all right? So anyhow. All right, so I heard Kingsley's point in terms of, but it was something that he spoke about before in terms of the East St. George seeds, in terms of Camilla Gonzalez versus Miss Lavon Velox, and I guess his what he's saying, Miss Velox's interpretation or her reaction towards him. So that's between the two of them. All right. One of the things that I thought was interesting, though, and this was just a one-liner that Kingsley said in his rant, but he said something about he doesn't live there, he doesn't vote there. Well, I know Kingsley said he doesn't vote, right? But anyhow, so he says it's not where he is. He doesn't vote there, but he lives there. And what it is I always question is how many persons are actually voting in the constituencies that they're living in.
Oh, I'm one who does not.
I know, because that was the same thing with me. I lived in Bookament. So initially when I first registered as an 18-year-old, I was living in South Leeward. I was living at Rillon. Then I moved to Bookament, which is Central Leeward. But I've never voted in Central Leeward. I've always voted in South Leeward because I said I did not want to change constituency until I found roots. I found proper roots, So I often wonder, and to hear Kingsley say it this morning was interesting because I know of somebody else as well too. For decades, they have not been voted in the constituency in which they live in. And I often wonder how many persons are like that. So when persons are going around campaigning, they might be campaigning to persons within the constituencies in which they live in, within the villages that they live in. But how many of those persons are actually voting in the constituencies that they live in? So sometimes I often wonder what the effort that the constituency reps or the potential candidates are putting in. Is it a case where it's some persons it's being wasted? Quote unquote wasted, because if you're not voting for the constituency rep, then you're voting for the party. Yeah. Right? So that is also another thing. So I often wonder, especially with our electoral list, like how accurate is it actually? But Yeah, that was just my takeaway from something that Kingsley said there. That one line.
All right.
And the troublesome person who has resurfaced. He says the election committee will now be looking out for both of you votes. I'm saying that they're invalid. Well, listen to me. I am properly living in South Leeward as a registered voter in South Leeward, okay? So nobody ain't coming after me this rounds.
All right. I don't really have any commentary to anything to say based on Pigeon's commentary. I noticed he talked about, well, he felt as though when he shouted the person after making certain critical comments, he felt as if the response was a bit cold. I feel like, politicians ought to be able to have what you call it, dashing back with it. What that have a that's how dashing. I don't know, some back where they wanted to just roll off.
A duck's back.
Yeah. Or something like a dashing bush to see the waters roll off the door. But anyhow, anything that's smooth and the water run off, I think that they need to have that, because as a politician, you have to know that not everybody is going to like you, and that's one of the biggest things. People are going to criticize you. So you have to, I feel like when you're coming into politics, you need to know that and just prepare yourself and just laugh off things. That's me, you tell me
I just smile. I mean, and that's my whole thing, is that this is why I always say, like, so I don't need to be a friend to everybody, but I would at least try to be civil with everybody. So like me, yes or no, it's a matter to me. I will say good morning, good afternoon. I won't hold face. I mean, deep down, I mightn't say good morning with the same cheerful good morning as somebody I like. But you do have to know how to be civil, and you still have to know how to be personable, because sometimes you just never know, especially for persons in the public, who are within the public and in politicians in this particular case, where you just never know where maybe that one interaction might cause them to come around and actually like you. They mightn't vote for you still, but they might turn around to like you, you know? So it's really a personality thing. And you do have to be charismatic. I mean, we do have to hand it to the PM in that regard. I mean, love him or don't love him. I don't want to use the word hate, but love him or don't love him. You cannot take that away from him, that he is charismatic, all right? Very. But you do have to have that type of personality. You can't be standoffish.
They're gonna use that as ammunition. Yeah. She don't talk to people, and I call out, he does do this. They're gonna use that, man.
Yeah. Correct. So that's also another thing. And I suppose, maybe do we actually need to look into the person? Are we voting also based on personality? Because that's another thing as well. All right, Joshua, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning.
The thing is, I neither like nor dislike any of you, because I'm not to sleep with you, I'm not to eat with you. Tomorrow morning, the sun will rise with or without me and you.
Exactly, true.
and none of us is the axis upon which the world rotates.
Okay then.
Some of us are not even spoke. So I don't know why is there such a problem. I was very cocky at one time. Some people say I'm still cocky, but I'm no longer cocky. I'm more of a chicken. Sorry. I'm more of a chicken now. Joshua. I was recruited to be a ghostwriter for a very prominent politician. The guy knew that I did not like his politics. And I thought I was all that. Jeez, man, I'm good. My wife had to deflate my bubble. She said, listen, you're not all that. He knows that you don't like his politics, but if you're his ghostwriter, he got you in his pocket. You got my message? Right? The guy knows that I think, but he said, hey, look, this guy's good. I want him on my side. I still don't like his politics. He still doesn't like my politics. But it has nothing to do with a relationship. So, Kingsley, get with it, man. You're way past that. If everybody likes you, you got a problem. I had two very smart grandmothers. I know my siblings are going to kick my butt for this. One was like Jesus Christ. The other one was like the opposite of Jesus. Right? And we had a dog named Whiskey. Whiskey was a religious dog, but Whiskey would always be scratching. One day I asked my Jesus grandmother, how come Whiskey is a Christian dog and he's always scratching? She said God gave him fleas to remind him that he's a dog. So for all you cocky people out there, if you think you're getting it right, you got it all wrong. So when your differences are pointed out, I learned by my mistakes. When my wife hands me a package of Dentine, I know my breath smells. And I have to take that gracefully. Man, what's her name again? Anita. People must be wondering how come Anita and Joshua always say I hit you up later. That's because we are not only WEFM friends, we are friends offline. Right? So none of your business.
But Josh, I
Have a great
sure
day.
nobody been asking you the question anyways.
I don't know, just in case.
All right, Joshua.
Right now, I'm looking at 2 massive cruise ships with over a total of maybe 6,000-7,000 passengers on there. You know, I'll be mixing and mingling with them later on.
Okay.
Have
All
a
right,
great day, lady.
Joshua. You too. Thanks.
Anybody with?
No, it's just one thing. I mean, I always make reference to that song for Lucky Dube or the Light in the Lucky Dube song. Be good to the people on your way up the ladder because you meet them on the way down. And I always make reference to politicians, but it really and truly goes to everybody, yeah? Because you know, while it says that you may think that you are it or you have it and all of that, all it takes is one illness or one disaster in terms of maybe, let's say, your house burned down, your property burned down, your business burned down, etc., to bring you back down to the level of everybody else. All right. So be good to the people on your way up the ladder because you just might meet them on your way down. And that's for everybody. All right.
Okay, then. And we will end the session by saying I'm gonna it's the season of fakeness. So we have okay, go ahead.
All right. So caller, you have a minute. Morning.
Good morning, pleasant good day to you all.
Good day.
To you too, thanks.
I'm calling to tell you that I appreciate your program yesterday morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Which part of the program?
When you all were speaking about God and so on, isn't it?
Okay, I figured it was that part. All right.
Yeah, but then it was very beautiful. It was very edifying. It was very uplifting. I thought it was great. You had a very nice program yesterday. I must congratulate you all.
Okay, we appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
Yeah, and you all have a blessed day. Yeah?
You as well. Thank you.
Good to be.
All right.
Love you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, thanks.
Okay. All right, so just before we go, there is this thing going around called the Youth Empowerment Fund. It says the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has approved a Youth Empowerment Grant Fund of 10,000 dollars to be paid to youth, blah, 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 blah. All you need to know is if you see something like that, it is fake news. Please do not share it with anyone. If anybody shares it with you, please let them know that it is fake. This is apparently the season where a lot of fake things are going around, fake news articles, fake this, fake that. And this is the most recent one that I've seen, this thing saying that, talking about some youth empowerment fund from the government. If you see anything like that, you hear anybody talking about anything like that, let them know that it is fake news. And with that, we are going to head out of our talk segment. Remember, in just a few minutes, we will be having our cup chat.